Hi guys, today I'm gonna be teaching you how to crochet. A lot of people overcomplicate crocheting. It's not that hard once you learn the basics, and you just gotta practice and make a bunch of stuff, and then eventually you'll be making stuff like this. Yep, that's me. I made that. It's cute, right? I know. It's cute. All you're gonna need for this tutorial is some crochet needles. I got mine from Hobby Lobby. I have them in all different sizes. This one's like a really thin one. This is a 4.5 millimeter? Okay, 5 millimeter and a 5.5 millimeter. The bigger the crochet needle is, the wider the stitches are gonna be. If you want a smaller stitch, get a smaller crochet needle. If you want a bigger, more wide set stitch, get a big crochet needle. For this one, I'm just gonna be using the 4.5 millimeter, and I'm gonna be using this leftover green yarn I have. Okay, let's get right into the tutorial. First things first, I'm gonna be teaching y'all how to make a slip knot, which is how you'll start all of your crochet projects. So get your yarn, get a good length. You want to fold your yarn, and then you're going to twist this little arch over here. Twist it so that it makes sort of an infinity sign, if you can see, and then twist it once more. And then you're going to grab this longer piece. You're going to grab that through this hole that we just made, and then you're going to pull the smaller piece of yarn. Then go ahead and put that on your needle and pull it until it creates a tight enough fit. You don't want to make it too tight because it'll be a little harder to go through the holes that you'll be making when you chain, and that's how you make a slip knot. First, I gotta teach you how to hold it. You'll hold your crochet like this. You'll make an L with your finger, and then you'll take your index finger and put it through the longer piece of yarn, and then you'll have your thumb freely moving around, and that's how you hold it. To make a chain, you will take your needle, you'll slide it under here, then you'll have your little hook, grab hold of this piece of yarn, and then just pull it through this arch that we just made, and then you have one chain. Your chain is gonna look like this, and then just continue doing that as many times as you want. For this example, I'm gonna make 12. I made one. Again, we're gonna go under this piece of yarn, let the arch grab hold of the yarn, and then pull through the hole that we made. That's 2, and just continue doing that. Okay, so now that we've chained 12, it'll look like a fishtail braid, and this is called the right side. The side that looks like a fishtail braid is the right side. If you turn it around, it'll look like a backwards fishtail braid with little lumps where the stitches are. And this is important because the next thing I'm going to teach you is how to single crochet. So to single crochet, you'll hold your work as you were when you were chaining. So it'll look like this. You'll hold it like this, and then you are going to take your needle, put it into this chain that we just created. There's a little gap over there which allows you to put the needle in the chain. So do that. Grab a hold of your yarn, then pull through the chain. And then you'll have 2 loops on your needle. Grab a hold of the yarn again, pull through the 2 loops on your needle, and that's one single crochet. So again, go through the next chain, grab a hold of the yarn, pull it through the chain, then you'll have 2 loops, grab a hold of the yarn again, pull through the 2 loops, and that's 2 single crochets. And then you'll keep doing this until you reach the end of your work. When you're single crocheting, make sure to not single crochet into the same chain that you just single crocheted in, or else you'll get a different result. When you're finished single crocheting until the end, it will look like this. It might curl a little bit into this shape, but that's totally fine. The next thing I'm gonna teach y'all how to do is double crochet. It's pretty similar to single crochet, just slightly different. To double crochet, you're going to chain 1. So again, grab a hold of the yarn, and you'll see that you have 1 loop at the end. So grab a hold of your yarn and then pull through that 1 loop, there you have like one chain. And then you're gonna flip your work around to this side. First, grab a hold of your yarn with your needle, and then as you can see, there's like a little gap. And then you're going to take your needle with the yarn and then push through that gap, and then grab a hold of your yarn again and then pull through that gap again. So you'll have 3 loops on your needle, and then grab some yarn, get some yarn, and pull through only 2 of those loops. So you'll have 2 loops left. Grab a hold of your yarn again, pull through the remaining 2 loops, and now we have 1 double crochet. So again, grab a hold of your yarn, push through the next gap, grab a hold of your yarn again, pull through the gap, so you have 3 loops. Grab a hold of your yarn, pull through only 2 of those loops on your needle. Grab a hold of your yarn, and then pull through the remaining 2. Keep doing this until you reach the end. As you can see, I'm like sort of messing up a little because I'm like confusing single crocheting and double crochet. Be careful not to sort of like mesh together those two. One thing that I really struggled with when I first started crocheting was knowing like where to end the crochet. Sometimes I didn't go through the last loop, so just like make sure to go through that last loop or else you'll have a decreasing crochet project. Okay, the next thing I'll teach you is a half double crochet, which is pretty similar to the double crochets that we just did. Chain 1 and then turn your work again. Like the double crochet, you're going to grab a hold of your yarn and then push through the first gap that you see. Put your needle through there. Grab a hold of your yarn again, pull through that gap. Instead of grabbing a hold of your yarn and then pulling through these 2 loops, you are going to grab a hold of your yarn and pull through all 3 of these loops on your needle. So there you have 1 double crochet. Again, grab a hold of your yarn, push your needle through the gap, grab a hold of your yarn again, pull it through the gap, and then grab a hold of your yarn and then pull through all 3. And then keep doing that until it reaches the end. Then once you reach the end, make sure to go through that last arch. And that's what your double crochet is going to look like this part of your work. The last thing I'm going to teach y'all is how to slip stitch, which is pretty similar to the single crochet that we did at the beginning of the video. So to do that, chain 1 and then turn your work. And then again, you see the first gap. So go ahead and take your needle and push it through that gap and then grab a hold of your yarn and then pull through that gap. So then you'll have 2 loops on your needle. Instead of grabbing a hold of the yarn and then pulling it through these 2 loops, you're going to grab this first loop with your hook and then pull it through this second loop. And then that's 1 slip stitch. So again, put your needle through that arch, grab a hold of your yarn, grab a hold of this first loop with your hook and then pull it through this second loop. And then you have 2 slip stitches. Keep doing that until you reach the end. This is what a slip stitch looks like. And that's basically most of what you need to know to go ahead and start crocheting. So when you look at other tutorials, you'll be able to apply these 4 stitches into your work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.